Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about the sieve of Retothin's. So basically that is the mathematical theorem used to find the all prime number up to the given number. Okay. So let's we take a example, because with the help of example we can easily connect the things. So let's we take an example. N is equal to 10. Okay. So we write the all prime number up to the 10. The first prime number 2, then 3, then 5 or 7. These are the 4 prime number up to the 10. So now let's we take another example. N is equal to 25. Okay. So the first prime number is the 2, then 3, 5, 7, then 11, 13, then 17, 19 and 23. So these are the all prime number up to the 25. Okay. So now we have to print the all prime number. So what is the logic? How to print this number? So in that case, sieve theorem help us to find the all prime number. So let's we see the sieve theorem step by step. So before that we see the one thing. If we have the 2 is the prime number, then all the multiple of 2 cannot be the prime number. If we have the 3 prime number, then all the multiple of 3 cannot be the prime number. Okay. So the first we initialize the black box with the empty box. That means the all box is the true. True means that is the prime number. Okay. If cross, that means a not prime number. Okay. So we assume it. Okay. Now we start the iterator from the 2 to the 25. Okay. Now we start the iterator from 2. 2 is the empty box. That means initially 2 is the prime number. So all the multiple of 2 cannot be the prime number. So we cross the or multiple of 2. So first we cross the 4. Then we cross the 6 and 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 and 24. These are all the multiple of 2 cannot be the prime numbers, because the cross is not a prime number. Okay. Now my iterator move to the 3. 3 is the empty, true. That means that is the prime number. Okay. Now the all multiple of 3 cannot be the prime number. Okay. So first multiple of 3 is the 6. So 6 is already crossed by 2, so we don't cross. Then 9, we cross it. Okay, 9, then 12, then 15, then 18 already crossed by 2, then 21, then 24 already crossed by 24. Now my iterator move to the 4. 4 is already crossed by 2, so 4 is not a prime number. Okay. So now my iterator move to the 5. So 5 is empty, true. That means the 5 is the prime number. So all the multiple of 5 cannot be the prime number. So we cross the multiple of 5. So 10 is already crossed by 2. So we don't cross the again. Okay. Now 15 is already crossed by 3. 20 is already crossed by 2. So now we cross the 25. So 25 crossed by 5. Okay. So 25 is the multiple of 5. Okay. Now at the point of 5, the iterator at a 5 we can see the all prime number up to the 25 we can see in the black box. In that box we can see the first prime number is the 2, the second prime number is 3, third 5, then 7, then 11, then 13, 17, 19 and 23. So these are the all prime number, that is the empty in that black box. Okay. So we move the iterator up to the 5. So what is the main optimization in that theorem? We have to move the iterator up to the 5. We have the value of n is equal to 25, but we move the iterator up to the 5. Then that case we find the all prime number. Okay. So my iterator move up to the square root of n. So square root of 25 will be the 5. So that is the first optimization of the sieve theorem. The second optimization of sieve theorem is that we cross the multiple of r number, but for the 2 we start the crossing from the 4, then 6, then 8, then 12, then up to Then for 3 we start the cross 6, 9 and up to the 25. Okay, so now from here we can clearly see the 6 is already marked by the 2, so we cannot mark with the 3 again, so we start the crossing the mark from the 9. Actually that is the 3 cross 3. For the 4 is actually the 2 cross 2. So for the 5 we see that the 10, 15 and 12 are already marked by 2 or 3, so we start the marking from the 25. So that is actually the 5 into 5. So for the every prime number we start the crossing mark from the square of that number. So these are the two optimization that done by the sieve of the Reto-Thins. Now if we start the again loop from the 2 to the 25, so we can print the all prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19 and 23. These are the all prime number we can print, apply the after one loop. Okay, so now let's we see the code. So my main task to find the all prime number up to the given number. So first we take the variable n. So for that we declare the int n. Then after that with the help of cn we take the input n from the user. Then we call the sieve function. Okay, that print the all prime number. So pass the parameter n. Now let's we declare the sieve function. Okay, so we write the void. Okay, void. That means we return nothing. Okay, so write the sieve and take the parameter n, so we declare the int n. Now after that we take an array of size greater than n plus 1 greater than n plus 1. Why? Because the indexing start from 0, so we need the extra space, so in which we assign the true value. So for that we use the bool type. Okay, so array of size n plus 1. Okay, now after that we assign the true value, and initially we assume the all number are the prime number. After that we start the crossing the number, assign the false value for the non-prime number. Okay, so we use the for loop, then int I is equal to 2. Why we start from the 2? Because the every prime number start from the 2. Okay, so now I less than is equal to n or then I plus plus. Okay, now we have to go the inside and then every value assign the true. Okay, so now we use the as true value. Okay, let's after that we start the iterating from the 2. Okay, so for int j is equal to 2 to the j less than or equal to n, then j plus plus, but we use the j into j. Why we use the j into j? Because the iterator goes to the square root of n number. Okay, so we take the square root of n every time, calculate the square root of the n, so take the extra log n time. So at the place of the square root we write the j into j. Now we have to go inside and then check the condition. Okay, if the array of j is equal to true, that means the prime number. Okay, so now we cross the all multiple of prime number, we make the false all multiple of the prime number. So we start the for loop and take the int k that start from the j into j. Why start from the j into j? Because the some element marked by the previous prime number. So every time for every prime number the start the marking from the square of that number. Okay, so for that we use the j into j, then k less than equal to n, or then after that we increase the j time. Okay, so j time. Now we assign the false value every array of k. Okay, false. Now that's the logic to calculate the all prime number up to the given number. Now we have to print the all number. So for that we use the extra for loop that start from the 2. Okay, so int I is equal to 2 and then I less than is equal to n. Okay, and now I plus. Okay, after that we check if array of I is equal to true, If the true, that means that is the prime number. Okay, so we print the prime number. Okay, now so for the print the prime number we use the C out and then print the index. That is the we have the prime number actually represent the index. After that we use the end of line. Okay, so now let's run the code. So for that we take the user input, that is equal to 10. Now run the code. Okay, so here we can see that the number is 10, so the prime number less than 10 is the 2357. Okay, now we take the again another number. Okay, so let's we take the 25. Okay, so let's print the all prime number less than 25. So all prime number less than 25, 2 3 5 7 11 13 17 19 23. So that is the actually the code. Let's see the two optimization we have to done. The first is the j into j. That means that we have to check the square root of that number. So for that we use the j into j, because the square root of that number take the extra time, extra login time. Okay, now the second optimization is the j into j use here. Why? Because the sum number marked by the previous prime number, so we start from the square root of that number. Okay, so in this video that is sufficient for the prime number. Okay, now thank you.